Sorry, I just looked it up because I'm like, why do I know that name? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Solo Leveling. We are now in season 2, episode 3, which is called Still a Long Way to Go. So the last episode, we wrapped up the red dungeon that everybody stumbled into, and as usual, we saw that Jinu is a complete badass. He saved everybody, and of course, very suspiciously, himself and his group of lower ranked hunters were the only ones to survive this dungeon, which of course now has the radar of some of the higher ranking people at the guilds now wondering how Jinu keeps getting out of these situations. Also the fact that Mr. Big assassin dude is also looking for him. So basically Jinu left and told the leader of, I can't remember which guild it was, but basically said, I don't want to talk about what went down. If you want any details, ask your person. But other than that, I'm out. And we see that his little fledgling Padawan there, who he was hoping to scare out of being a hunter, is actually continuing to work with them because, yeah, she's completely obsessed with Jinu now. So that's what's going on there. And I don't think we got anything else out of that episode, really, because, yeah, the majority of it was just the fights kind of going on inside and outside of the dungeon. So ready to jump into this episode to see where that's going to kick us off now. So let's do that. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. He's like, by the way, I'm a necromancer now. FYI. I guess so. Not him showing up to these dungeons in his sweats. Jinu, I'm gonna need you to calm down. I love how Iron is always losing his ish after every battle. Like, he's so ragey. Oh, and he's got them working. Jinu, this is actually petty. Right? Like, can you make him at least pretend that he knows what he's doing? Oh, they're like, here you go, pal. Oh my gosh, not Iron actually being far more palatable in death than he ever was in life. Oh, no! English? Jesus! English twice? Well, that guy's half in the water. Maybe you want to grab him before he drowns. Well, you should learn.
I'm human. I want to go home.
Nailed it! Oh, until your eyes glowed. Now I don't believe you're human anymore. Now I think you might still be a psycho killer. Yeah. How very interesting. I'm assuming this is a new character. We have not seen English speakers up until now. Now that I'm thinking about it, in season 1, did they say that these portals were opening up everywhere or just in Japan? Really? Huh? Where'd this come from? Right? Kind of a dick too. Oh, you want to be my bestie? That's so cute. Well, you kind of blackmailed him into it, to be fair, but okay. He's like, I got a little sister. I'm good, thanks. You're a sweet guy, Jinu. Some of the old Jinu's still in there. Okay, who's this guy now? Oh crap, that's probably so possible. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. What are you gonna do? Oh, right. That's why he got called away. Gotcha. I really hope that this guy in the jail cell is like 10 times stronger than him just because I can't handle him. He's such a jerk. Song Il-hwan. Il-hwan. Wait a second. Il-hwan. Sorry, I just looked it up because I'm like, why do I know that name? Jinu's dead. Okay, sorry. Oh, that just, okay. Focus, Aisha. Back in the present.
なんだか忙しいね。
まあいろいろあるんだ。
で、 誰と行くの？
It's not that kind of trip. Although you are bringing her friend, so it looks real shady.
友達とだって。
いつ彼女できたのよ。
Your sister's gonna get the wrong idea.
20そこそこだった。今のレベルは当時の3倍。あの頃よりは楽に戦えるはずだ。
Maybe. Welcome to hell.
この城は悪魔では触れ返っています。
Why?
悪魔の魂。
Doesn't he have enough souls?
クリア条件は悪魔の魂1万個
10? Okay, you're not leaving
い
tonight.
るのか。
He looks so happy. Bro, I wouldn't smile yet.
1万だろうが10万だろうが。やってやる。
Well, that's the spirit. Was that the ice knife he just wielded from the elf?
ソンジヌというハンターだったか。
Maybe.
20ダンジョン。ファンドンソク攻撃隊全滅事
Oh,
件。
Dad's done his homework.
この3つの事件に関わり生還している。
Weird, huh?
つい先日、白虎ギルドが遭遇したレッド。
Damn, Dad knows everything.
ギルドマスター免許が取れたのはソンハンターの協力があったか
Okay,
ら。
so he helped, maybe.
それでも僕にユジンギルドを任せて
It
くだ
was
さい
his idea, at least. And he knew to get help.
お前に任せてみよう。ただし条件がある。
Uh-oh. You have to bring in Jinu at all costs, right?
例のレッドゲート以降、白虎ギルドがソンハンターのスカウトに裏で動いていると聞く。
Yep.
その前にソンハンターをうちに連れて
I
きなさい。
mean, that's smart.
やります
You shouldn't have said for sure, but I get why your dad's asking. It makes sense if you want to actually come out as a new guild.
どういうわけ
China
か
is
悪魔が
contaminated. Yeah, no, if you really want to be taken seriously as a brand new guild, you can't start out with like just anyone. You need a good hunter, and since this far you wouldn't be able to recruit any S ranks, this is the way to go.
頬でもし
Yeah, don't they provide like hell bikes or something? Oh, you're gonna make the bear carry you?
行ってみますか。
Like, it's smart, but part of me's kind of like, really, Jinu, like, using these people for labor is kind of mean. Omi said, I'm ready to rumble, let's go. I've been sleeping for a minute. Yeah, out of my way.
お前は今日からタンクだ。
Okay, you got a name. Iron and Tank. Oh, is that other S rank from season 1? Yeah. We haven't seen her at all yet.
なぜですか？なぜ例の花ありの情報を一般公開せず一部のものだけに？
Why do they control the news?
国内最大手ギルドとしてその責任と飛躍のためにも
Okay, so Heian's not down with the keeping of information from people, and I agree.
階層を上がることに強さを発現。各界に現れる巨匠を持った悪魔の手を狙って倒すことでサクサク進むことができた。
Okay,
悪魔の城が元のタワーと同じ構造
Jinu. I'm eating fancy in the dungeon.
何より食料を持つ
That's what I was wondering. Those are some gourmet meals you got. Nice! I keep wondering if his Necro army levels up with him. I'm assuming they do. Uh-oh. Avaricious Vulcan.
あのでかいボス級は俺が相手する。僕は蹴散らしてしまう。
Sounds like a plan. Using fire in hell just seems a little like counterproductive. Maybe it's just me.
兵士の保有数を維持するための魔力も増え
Okay, so that's how it works.
余
Gotcha.
裕が出てきた。
Don't get cocky.
あいつはいつ
But I mean, it looks like it's a lot of work for him to get up, you know?
こっちからしたら警察だと。
Never mind.
やってくれてんだよ。
He's trying to fight in his domain?
バカなのに筋力
Relax. Hold on. We don't know what his thing is yet. Quick reflexes. Oh my god. Oh god.
なんだこの異常な身が
I'm wondering the same, but I had a feeling that would be the case. Do you? Yeah, exactly. Y'all really have got to learn to stop yelling your things before you do them.
こいつ俺の動きを読んで
Or maybe you gave it away because you were so loud.
俺の動きを封じね
I mean, all these buildings look a bit shaky, I'm just saying. Ooh, I love this blue glow. God. Material. Oh, jeez. Hold on. I want to see what that said. You have defeated the Lord of the Lower Floors, Avaricus. Sorry. Avaricus. No. Avaricus. I can do this. Avaricius. There we go. Avaricius Vulcan. All right. Item: World Tree Fragment. Purified wood from Vulcan's club, which was made with a branch cut from the World Tree. Wood from the World Tree has strong magical properties and is used for crafting advanced magical tools. Nice. I think you might need that for the pot, no?
モンスターじゃないと何度も言っている。そんなに疑わしいなら DNA
God, I don't want him to know that this is Jinu's dad. This is not good.
気が立ってんだよ。ったく。ご苦労にこんなもの。
Oh, there are too many syllables for you.
ゲートとモンスターについてどれくらい知っている？
Can he get a haircut?
あんなのは前触れに過ぎない。最悪の災いとなり得る力がついに目覚めた。
Oh, we don't need to know that.
俺の目的はその災いを防ぐこと。
We love it. We love the mission.
それに嫁にガキが2人。
Don't read who the kids are.
息子の名前を覚えているか？ジン。お前の息子は死んだ。遺言があればあの世に行って自分で伝えろ。
Interesting. You think so, huh? All right. Let's find out what rank Daddy's at, because they never did tell us. But he doesn't seem even remotely scared by this guy, so that makes me happy. I swear if this turns out to be one of those animes where Jinu doesn't meet his dad until he's dying, I'm gonna be pissed. Is it fear? Are you sure? I guess so. Guide of Souls. I'm a little worried about Jinu's personality changes here. He's getting a little cocky. It's going beyond confidence now.
辺りの地形は変わり、一帯が廃墟と化する人たちが一瞬でミスター・ファンが負けた。被害を拡大よりも早く。
Okay, Papa Son! Okay! That's what you do when someone threatens your baby!
そこには25回くらいか。
See if there's any hell beasts you can snack on, I don't know.
収穫は
I mean, the gains are pretty significant here.
クエスト報酬で選んだ呪われたランダムボックス。
And what does door number 1 have for us today?
うすうす気づいてたけど、やっぱり神か。
Has he ever gotten anything but keys?
いつどこで使うんだ？
Oh, when the required conditions are met. Okay.
貪欲なるボルカンから手に入れた世界中の破片と、
Okay, I was right. It is a mat.
亡霊の引導者メルトスから手に入れた。
Okay, so the last one is where he gets...
命の真髄3つ、あと1つ。あと1つが顔だ。
I really hope that's the way it works, Jinu.
次に来る時は顔だ。
Oh, so he's tapping out for now. I think that's smart. We don't know how long he's been in here. In the outside world, that is. Okay, and that's where we're ending it, just like that. All right, I'm not that mad. It's not exactly a Cliffy, so we're good. We're good. Okay, guys. Well, that was a really good episode. Big revelations in this episode. All about Jinu's dad. Il Sung is his name, I think. No, Il Huang. Il Huang. He's alive. And he's been trapped in a dungeon for 10 years. 10 years! That's insane. But, okay, and somehow he popped out in the States. So, okay, wow, that's a lot to take in. And of course, that just opens up so many more questions for me. But yeah, outside of that, we'll get to that because that's kind of a big part. It was a huge part of this particular episode. But so first of all, apologies. I realized that I accidentally hit the mute button on my mic halfway through this recording. So sorry, it's going to be a little bit choppy there. My apologies for that for those who noticed the change in sound quality. But backup mic to the rescue as usual. Anyways, coming back this episode, we had a few cute things happen. We see that Jinu has, now that the requirements have been met for the guild to be created, Jinu decided to go and make his attempt back on that hell dungeon that he started last season, because that's what he thinks, well, that's what he needs to do in order to get his hands on this elixir of life. And he genuinely believes that that elixir is going to be what's going to wake his mother up from the coma that she's been in since the Hell Gates opened. So yeah, he hasn't really had a chance to go back there for a while, but he wanted to level up first because the last time he went, he was only able to get so far. Like he barely made it past the first boss without dying. So he was like, no, I definitely need to go and level up before I come back here. And so all of these dungeons he's been doing for the guild, as well as that red dungeon, I think is really what pushed him over the edge. They really got him to a point now where he was ready to go back. But before that, we see that Jinno is finally ready to kick off things with the guild, and he's really, you know, thankful that he can finally present, you know, get his guild license and be able to actually go to his father and ask him for the permission to take over the guild. And then of course, when he finds out that Jinnu is planning to basically go off grid for a few days, he thinks that it's Jinnu basically saying that he's ditching him. Like now that he took, you know, remember the agreement last season was that he was going to help Jinno get the guild and then take half the money, and then he was going to do whatever he wanted to do. And so Jinno was kind of thinking like, bro, like you're the coolest person I know, and like you're my only friend, blah blah blah. So basically it kind of guilt tripped him a bit. But anyways, he basically said he didn't want like their friendship to end just because their business deal was effectively concluded. And you know, Jinnu, like I said, a little bit of the old Jinnu from season 1 is more what I saw kind of come out here. We was like, all right, like as far as I'm concerned, you're like my little bro now, so don't worry. We're not gonna never hang out again, bro. Like, but you know, obviously we know that the reason why he did not include Jinno with this. We see that Jinno did in fact go to his dad and pitch the idea of the guild, and we see that his dad is no fool. He did all of his own research and realized that Jinnu is really the person who did, let's face it, about 80% of the work. Actually, it was maybe 90. Let's be real. Jinnu did about 90% of the work to get this done. Really, Jinno's contribution was coming up with the idea and, you know, basically doing the logistics around scheduling the dungeons and everything like that. But either way, it was a joint effort, right? Even if it was something where, you know, Jinno didn't have a lot to do, at least in the beginning. But either way, he thought maybe his dad was going to shoot him down because of this, but we see that his dad said, you know what, I'll let you do it, but the only way I'll let you run is if you can manage to get Jinnu to sign to our guild. And I understand that, like that makes perfect sense. As I mentioned in the episode, they're starting a new guild. We saw last season that Jin Sung's been trying to approach all these different S-rank hunters, and almost all of them have been turning him down because they're a brand new guild, they're not established, so they need like star talent, quite frankly, right, to get themselves on the map. So it makes sense business-wise to want to recruit this hunter that everyone is literally talking about at this point. So we see that Jinno agreed to do that, but I'm like, bro, maybe you shouldn't have done that, because I mean, he did manage to get Jinnu to agree to even help him get the guild license, but this is a completely different matter, right? Joining this guild, signing on to be part of this guild going forward, there's going to be rules and attachments, and we know that up till now, Jinnu's really been against being tied to any of this because of the unique situation of his abilities, but digressing. So that kind of happened. And then we had, of course, Jinnu leveling his way through this dungeon, and he's doing well. We're seeing that he's actually like, wow, like I really thought last time I was here, I barely survived, and I thought these people were at least S rank, but now he's like, now these guys are actually coming off like B rank to me. Like most of this dungeon is beneath where I'm at right now. So we see that, you know, with the exception of that one Avicii, I can't even say his name, that dude, the big dude, our curvy king there, no one was really giving him any trouble. Like he managed to get through, and even with the big king, like once he figured out that his move was speed, he basically found a way to counter that and fought smart instead of faster, and he ended up getting 2 out of the 3 pieces. So he thinks there's 100 levels in the dungeon, and he got to 75, and at level 75 he said, you know what, let me just tap out, because as I mentioned in the episode, I don't know how long he's been in there. So like as far as outside of the dungeon, I think it's been a couple of days. So yeah, I think he just wants to go back before anyone really starts to worry. And more importantly, I think, you know, his sister can't be left alone too long. So anyway, he said he's going to finish up the rest of it the next time he gets to go back. And we see that, because he also ran out of supplies too. I saw that he was out of food and stuff. So he brought enough to, you know, get through as much as he did. But he did get another key, a black key, but it said that there's no information that it would be provided. The information about the key would be provided when the conditions were met. That's all it said. So we don't know. Obviously, he's going to have to do something. Maybe it's going to be another side quest or something. But yeah, right now it's just a key of mystery. So that's where we left with Jinnu. He's on his way back now. And then outside of that, we had the appearance of his dad, of Jinnu and Jinna's dad. You know, we heard, all that we've heard about him was in season 1. Jinnu said that his dad disappeared. His dad was a hunter as well, and that he had disappeared. They had no idea what had happened to him. And so obviously after so many years, they just presumed that he was never coming back. And that's it. Like, we didn't get anything else from Jinnu about it. And it's most likely because there was nothing else, right? We don't know whatever dungeon he went into. I don't know if everybody in that dungeon disappeared or if a handful of them made it back and they just said, yeah, we don't know what happened to him. We don't know. But at this point, that's all Jinwoo knows. I think he assumes that his father is gone, but now we find out that he's actually very much still alive. And even though it's been 10 years in the outside world, we know the time inside of the dungeons is different. So that's why, because I was looking and it was hitting me that like his dad looks young. Like looking at we haven't seen the full face yet, but from what we are seeing of his face, his hair, everything, he's gonna look to me like he's maybe gonna look about 5-10 years older than Jinwoo at most, instead of, you know, as old as his dad should probably be, which is probably 20 plus years older. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes, because obviously whatever was going on in that dungeon was going a lot slower than the outside world. But anyhow, we see that, as I said, he arrived in the States. They picked him up. They weren't sure if he was maybe a beast that just, you know, was able to take on a human shape, because they're like, they'd never heard of anyone being trapped in a dungeon for 10 years before, or that a dungeon could lead from one part of the world to the other. So yeah, they're a little bit curious about that. And they decided to bring in none other than that oafish idiot to come, and basically they wanted an S rank there so that in case it was in fact a big, you know, strong beast, they wouldn't be in trouble. And yeah, that guy basically came in and, you know, being his usual douchebag self, he came in thinking he was the big boss. And I panicked a little at first because I'm like, there's no way he's not going to think that this is not the same Sung Jinwoo that he's looking for, that there's no correlation here. And so we see that he goes in there and, you know, he doesn't really want to hear anything that Ilwon has to say. But then when Ilwon basically tries to ask, like, he's like, how are things going out here? Like, where's your knowledge level at as far as our whole world with like the dungeons, the beasts, you know, all of it? Like, what do you guys know in the past 10 years? What have you learned? And Homie really doesn't tell him anything, because I don't think he's the smartest one to ask, to be honest. I personally don't think he had the knowledge anyway, but he doesn't really answer him. And then we see that Ilwon proceeds to say, like, whatever you guys think you know, I promise you it's not even close to what's actually out there. And I think it's basically he was trying to tell him, like, I've seen some ish and y'all aren't ready. So y'all need to get ready. And of course, dude was dismissive, like, yeah, whatever. There's enough hunters in the world. Whatever comes up, we'll figure it out. And Homie's like, nah, numbers are not the problem. So when you hear that you can't throw too many bodies at this thing because it won't work, that should trigger something. Like in a smart person, they'd be like, okay, no, tell me more. I need to understand what's so bad that numbers, you know, S rank numbers, that wouldn't be enough. But no, our idiot decides to be like, nah, actually, I just wanted to talk about your son. Do you remember his name? And basically trying to talk big, saying that he's going to be the one to take him out. And so, you know, gives him a smart line about, if you got any last words, then tell them to me, because I'm going to be the last person to see him alive. And we see that, of course, he flashes his power. And as I said in the episode, Ilwon didn't even fully look, like his head was like looking down, you know, the whole episode, his head's been at like a low tilt. He didn't even tilt his head up to face this man fully. He kept it at that 45-degree angle and just stared through his hair, didn't even move the hair out of the eye to get it clear. He just said, I'm not even moving a muscle yet. I'm just going to look at you and let my eyes light up and let you know that I am not the one, the two, or the three to bring this energy with about my child, about my family. But of course, Mr. Arrogant didn't pick up on that, because like I said, if you sit there, Mr. S rank, and you're flaring your power and you're standing up and you're flexing your trapezoids or whatever, and the person in front of you doesn't even look you squarely in the eye, the person in front of you doesn't even look up to acknowledge that you've stood. Yeah, these kids don't understand, because if he see that in me and I saw that he wasn't even moving, that he was chill as a cucumber, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to reassess whether or not I should try to pick a fight with this person. But anyway, as we found out in the episode here towards the end, he effed around and found out. Homie destroyed the entire jail. You see that they were in a building and it's rubble now. It's whatever happened was rubble. Homie sitting there laying in the seat like he took a nap, and prisoner's gone. Ilwon gone. No trace. And even if they could find him, I don't think they didn't want to go up to him, because what the hell did he even do? But I hope that man survived. I hope he didn't kill him. I don't think he did. But I want him to live so he understands that this is not the bloodline. This is not the bloodline to mess with, sir. Your brother deserved to go. Your brother was a loser, and you picking a fight with the wrong ones. But anyways, that was cool. And now I'm just so curious as to, like, is his dad, I just got so many questions. Like, okay, where were you that was this long? Did his dad find the program as well? Maybe his dad's part of the program as well. If not, did he really just level? Because we don't know what rank his dad is. Last season, I don't remember I don't remember Jinwoo saying what his father's rank was, but it's clearly an S rank at least. It's at least S rank, or maybe higher. But did he go in that way? Is that what he always was? Or did he level up after 10 years of being in this dungeon? And what was this dungeon? What did he see? Like, there's so many questions that popped into my head immediately at seeing this man and hearing him talk. But obviously we didn't get that in this episode, but I'm excited to see now what this new element's going to bring to the show. And as I said, I really do hope that him and Jinwoo do get a chance to cross paths before this is all said and done, because I want to understand more of like what's going on there. And I do wonder how the dad is going to react to not only that Jinwoo is now a hunter, but that he's got all these abilities, and like what's their dynamic going to be like, because I'm getting the sense that the dad's going to become one of those characters where he's going to be like, yeah, family, glad you're alive, awesome, but I've got bigger fish to fry. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like even though he might come back, if he does come back, I don't think it's going to be like that wholesome, happy family reunion situation. I think it's going to be I'm glad you're a hunter, Jinwoo, strap up because we got work to do, if that makes sense. So anyway, I do hope they get a chance to work together. I think that'd be cool to see the Sung father and son duo get going. It also makes me wonder if maybe there's something special about Jinna as well. She hasn't tested yet, but if this bloodline is pretty OP'd so far, questions. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. I'm very much looking forward to the next one. I hope you guys are too. If you like this video, please do show it some love, and I will see you in the next one.